In Street Fighter 6, there are two kinds of control schemes to choose from. There's classic for the geriatrics who always have Limp Bizkit in their rotation, and modern controls for some brave soul who decided to take a peek into the sweat-filled hype train that is the FGC. However, people go wild when they see this little orange M in their matches. It's as if they kicked a puppy, laughed at the deaf kid in high school, and contracted the plague.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Now they think that they are better because they do their quarter pounders and their DPs. And in case you don't know what DP stands for, it stands for double penetrate. But in this video, I am going to be attempting to persuade you to actually try some modern controls and why it could actually be better for you. Now, in the event that you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, let me quickly break down each control scheme. For classic controls, you have 6 attack buttons, 3 for punches and 3 for kicks, each having a light, medium, and heavy variation. Combining these with specific directions and motion inputs like these will give you even more kinds of attacks and special attacks to choose from. For modern controls, you have a simplified 4-button layout with dedicated buttons for light, medium, and heavy attacks, and a special move button. It allows for 1-button special moves and instant super art reactions without directional motions. You also have an assist button for easy auto combos. However, you don't deal as much damage as classic controls, dealing about 80% of your damage on specials and supers if executed with these single button shortcuts. You also don't have access to the entire move list of the character. So, as you can see, modern controls makes piloting a character an easier time since you don't have as much inputs to think about. Sure, you don't deal as much damage, but that's to balance out the speed and consistency you get with putting out certain moves like sonic booms, flash kicks, and others. Now, because of all that, you don't have to stress about executing moves and dropping combos since the game does it for you with auto combos. And I think this is the most important part of modern controls. It is having characters being stripped down to the bare essentials so that a player can hit the ground running and have fun playing fighting games instead of new players needing a certain level of autism just for them to stick around and enjoy the game. Thing is, fighting games are notorious for not teaching players their mechanics well. Back then, the best way is to just play the AI until you figure it out. Or better yet, find someone who isn't a complete asshole to sit down with you and teach you the game. Now it seems like it's better and modern controls contribute to that. Never mind the players who know what they're doing saying that it's OP because inputs of certain moves will be faster. Because for new players, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're still mashing buttons like they just learned how to touch themselves for the first time. Now for the actual point I wanted to make for this video. This is more intended for the people who are getting into fighting games, but those of you who've been playing for a while, take what I'll say with a grain of salt. I might make sense here. You have all this freed up mental space from executions. So, is that it? Is there more to fighting games if the bar for execution has been lowered? Actually, yeah. There is so much more to learn than combos, and the best part of what you should be learning is that it can be applied to pretty much all fighting games. See, there is a collection of concepts in fighting games called fundamentals. It's the basics of any fighting game, and there's a bunch of them. And getting really good in at least one of them will transform you as a player tremendously. And since these are the basics of any fighting game, the skills that you learn with fundamentals will easily transfer to most fighting games, if not all. Examples of these are neutral, the state in which no one has an advantage over the other and both players are in a neutral part of the stage, which is nowhere near a corner that restricts movement to a player. While in the state of neutral, players will have to use their attacks to deal damage and start their offense. With punishing, your opponents have missed their attack and you hit them back with an attack of your own.
Damn! Motherfucker!
Okizeme, pressuring your opponent that you just knocked down to continue your offense. Spacing, being in range of your attacks while being far enough from your opponents to make them whiff for whiff punishing. There's a lot more and you can look up videos from people who are more qualified to talk about this. Now, if I can go back in time and see myself only practicing air combos and spamming supers on a blocking enemy from full screen in Marvel vs. Capcom 1, I'd slap the controller, I'd slap him, and just yell at him to learn fundamentals instead of learning whack-ass cringe combos you'll never hit anyway. So, what the fuck am I saying? All in all, really. Play modern and take advantage of the freed up mental load due to the easier executions to really learn and practice fundamentals. To those of you new to fighting games, to get you started, learn about anti-airs, spacing, neutral, and whiff punishing. Watch videos on it, If you want me to talk about them, let me know in the comments, and fuck the haters, play what you want, peace.